And I feel like the aggro rogue, the super slow priest, and the one-turn kill is a really good balance of decks, and I don't think we've seen this yet. I think all the players so far have played some kind of genre, and I think I actually think proteininja might be hard to beat, might be hard to counterplay.
Yeah, I agree with this. This is a little bit looking like a rock, paper, and a scissors deck.
Hmm.
I mean, it's
This
not
is
as clear cut as that. Just because you choose rock against scissors, you're not going to win, but you'll have a pretty good chance.
I'm certainly pleased. Going into going into these type of tournaments, I think this is the better strategy if you want to do well in general. But then again, we did just have aggro for almost everybody. So I guess
Yes.
Protein Ninja with his Shaman deck, it was kind of a control deck. So I guess he had this mindset going in to begin with. Just changed it up with the classes. That double Holy Nova.
Yeah, these games have been
Oh,
so close that it actually felt like all of the games have been 2-1, but one of them was not.
uh, I think Cake's first round was 2-0, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, that was just a very good pick, in my opinion. Red was playing three of the same deck in
Right.
different classes. It was a very strategic pick.
So far, Red has taken down one, and Cake, as we're nicknaming him affectionately, has taken down two.
It's the best I can do. I'm just not a very intelligent guy.
He's gonna be so surprised to learn that in America, people have decided to nickname him Cake.
I think it's a pretty sick nickname. I would be honored. We actually have the pronunciation for the next Chinese player's name. It's Liu Xiaobao, I believe.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not too bad. Close enough. If you want to get it closer, it's oh man, now I can do something even worse than you.
Dude, cake hype. Look at that. There's cake hype.
Yeah. But anyways, Protein playing against Lao Sao Bao.
Okay. Don't have any information on the classes that this player will be playing. I don't know how far away from the match we are right now.
Yep.
So we are 2-2. Is this the grand final? Is that what it means?
What?
This is it, right? No, it's not. No. Okay, I'm AFK. What?
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 What? Okay. There's potentially many more matches coming.
Well, the maximum amount of matches that it could be. Oh my gosh. So the two
It's too
players
hard.
on both sides. You could
Way
go
too hard.
3 more games. That's it. That'd be max.
So Protein Ninja could win, and then he could lose, and then yeah, 3 more matches max. That's right.
Yep. So that means 9 games max.
All right. Well, since we have no ETO in the next match, I'm gonna take this opportunity to go to the bathroom. So I will be AFK.
Yep. And welcome those of you who have joined in the halfway point. These two teams have been fighting hard for the 2P North America versus China Hearthstone Championship. $4,800 on the line. Let's see. Fun fact, 17173.com is where the Chinese players are playing from the studio of. That's one of the Chinese sponsors. 2p.com, a media site, a gaming media site, as is 17173 over for you Chinese players. And it'd be cool to see what this Chinese player pulls out.
All right, how are we doing? The game will start in 3 to 5 minutes, and this is 1 minute ago. Okay, not too bad.
You know what's awesome to do? Well, you have some downtime, Crip?
What's that?
Eat a cookie.
Oh. I actually have some cookies. Did you know that most cookies are actually vegan? You can get Oreos and Dad's cookies. I don't eat them too much, but every now and then, it's not bad. What is your brand?
My brand is generic chocolate chip cookies.
Oh man. That doesn't sound that exciting.
Still delicious.
Well, I certainly didn't expect these matches to take as long as they have. A lot of the players are thinking out every move. And really, I don't know, maybe less than 3 or 4 plays that I would have done differently so far through the tournament. At least from one point of view.
I can't say
They're
for
definitely
certain.
playing pretty well.
Yeah. I think there were a few. There are actually significantly more than 4 times where I would have played differently, but I can't say whether or not those would be better. It seems like there's a lot of different lines where the result heavily depends on what you expect the opponent to have in their hand.
I think out of the recent matches that we saw, the main one that I disagree with is the rogue thing, where you wanted the taunt and you wanted to kill the Drake, and and doing so caused the rogue to take 4 damage. And it ended up just so that the druid had just enough damage to kill the rogue once the rogue took control of the game.
You mean the
After,
play that we would play differently?
yes.
Since there are some that we've agreed on. Like, for example,
Well, we disagreed on that one too. You said you would do that play and hit him with the weapon, but I would have sacked the creature and just not taken 4 damage. His life is just so important in that matchup. 'Cause in the end, it was pretty close. The rogue had control, just ran out of life, which always seems to be the case against the druid.
yeah, one of the ones that we disagreed from one of the American player was the paladin versus the priest. We did also disagree on
Yeah.
how to play around apostle mind control. You suggested that you keep the true silver against the blood knight if you took it, but I might have not even played. All right, looks like these guys are getting started. I have a cookie in my hand, so I'm going to let you talk for a moment.
Oh, you absolutely cannot talk with cookies in your hands. That would just drive too much attention to the goodness. Alright, so they are getting started up here. Filling up the load bar. So we're seeing an opener with Priest against the Paladin. If the Paladin is playing mid-game, he is about even. Perhaps a little bit of a dog in this matchup. But if he's playing a really fast deck, the Priest is not going to have much of a chance. To be fair, though, outside of Six's miniatures, the Paladin deck that I played and the Paladin deck that obviously Sixa plays now, I haven't really seen a Paladin deck that I would consider fast.
Yeah, I'm going to refresh the main 2P site, see if there's any insight on what decks the Chinese player had to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at that. Fairy Dragon versus 2 Shadow Word Pains. What a disaster. Well, if you're going to start up against the Priest, this is the way to do it.
So it looks like the
If
opponent...
you follow it up with Divine Shield, this guy's going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah. So it looks like the opponent had the choice of Mage, Druid, and Paladin. I'm not sure whether or not... I think proteininja was informed of that fact.
Mm-hmm. Well, picking the Priest, I think, is a good call. Just in the numbers game, I think, in general, a Priest would do pretty well against the Mage, and you'd certainly crush a Druid.
Yep. Chinese player has somewhat outmaneuvered with the Paladin,
Wow.
but yes,
That top deck.
that was amazing.
Oh my goodness. That was disgusting. What?
I heard there was recent...
The Paladin may have just lost. That may have been the game. Oh, no. He re-top decks the True Silver. That's how it's done.
You know, I've heard rumors down the grapevine of you having some really good ooze top decking as well. Any truth to that?
I don't remember. Maybe this is relating to something in particular.
Okay.
I think I'd just give the Shattered Sun. Donate him.
Yeah, rough times.
Well, you're gonna Argent Commander next turn to kill the Fairy Dragon. I think you'd rather keep the Argent Commander than the Shattered Sun. You're obviously gonna win this game because you just oozed the sword. So like all you gotta do is not lose in the next few turns and you're gonna win.
Yeah, the effects of oozing the sword can be seen through the cards they've got. The Paladin, at the end of the 4th turn, had only 4 cards, and the Priest had 6 cards and the coin. So Paladin is only down 1 card if you count that True Silver Champion. I don't think it's quite as dire as Crypt makes it out to be.
It is pretty bad because as a Paladin, you're not gonna do well against the Priest in the late game.
Yeah, certainly this isn't quite enough damage to the Priest. Argent Commander will be a really good coin on the Drake there. Oh, Sylvanas has...
What?
I think he's still coin for the Commander, though, just because taking 4 is too much right now.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. You have some flexibility with Holy Fire.
Yeah, you'd be down to 13 if you played Sylvanas, and then Sylvanas, you could probably live off of 13. If you're a little rough.
It's pretty interesting how big of a difference Ooze can make sometimes. If you're playing a defensive deck like a Priest, and Paladin starts the tempo with Sword of Justice, oozing that card swings the game from almost a certain win to almost a certain loss.
You know, it's actually sort of interesting, now that we talk about the ooze. Proteininja's Priest deck happens to be favorable matchups against all of them then, since the ooze does swing it quite a lot against the Paladin.
Yeah, but it really depends the speed of it. If he's playing a really fast deck with Divine Favor, he's not going to win this match.
Yeah. I think Divine Favor has lost a lot of favor because the deck to beat is pretty much the Warlock deck. That's why we see such little hard kill.
Hmm. That was a pretty good play, setting 2 high-value minions with Taunt and at 4 attack.
Yeah. You can sort of feel the frustration. Those 2 Shadow Word Pains have been completely useless so far. It's going to have 1 target here, but...
I don't think he is able to use it.
Right.
I think he has to Holy Fire the Juggler,
Agreed.
and that's what he does.
That's putting him in a fairly good spot. Turn 7, still above the half amount of life mark. He's got a solution to that.
We're talking about a Sylvanas with Taunt. It doesn't really matter what his opponent's played. He's gonna stop the aggression with that. Oh, unless it's Kings. That might be a bit too much damage. If we see Kings followed up with a Silence on Sylvanas, this might actually be the game.
True, that would be 2 pretty unlikely cards, though.
Oh, that's pretty brutal as well. But nonetheless,
This
I think
taunted
his play-
Sylvanas will be very good. Yeah.
Yeah, this play is the same. The Paladin's had some outstanding cards.
That's true.
Sword of Justice, True Silver, 2 Arguses, and high value on both of them. Juggler, Fairy Dragon Opener. Everything's been stellar.
Yeah, this has been I'd say the Priest has been fairly good too. I mean, this turn is huge for the Priest in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really rough. The Paladin, as the board says right now, is about to get 3 for 1 with Sylvanas.
Could be worse. It could be a 4 for 1. He's trying to increase the odds of that not happening.
Hmm. Yeah, it's good getting the garbage out, which he doesn't mind getting mind controlled away. And that was about second best, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with. I'm curious how aggressive the Paladin will try to be. We know that if he's too aggressive here, he'll actually fall short.
Yeah, knowing the Priest's cards, doing the trades would be best, but he doesn't know it.
I think he would opt to kill the Sunfury Protector here. I think that's overall a good play. Yep, and he does.
Yeah, that was a good call. Wow. Yeah, the 4/4 taunt is looking pretty good right here.
Yep, get that taunt, kill the Argus. The taunt doesn't even die to the board.
Yeah. Paladin with only 1 card in his hand. Priest only at 11 health, but looks like, as stands, he might be able to eke his way out here. Depends on how good that one card in the Paladin's hand is.
He's pretty much gonna draw to True Silver. If he gets True Silver, he'll be fine. True Silver kills the mind-controlled target. The Divine Shield kills the 2/1 remaining, and he pushes through and continues aggression.
I'd say even better than True Silver would be Avenging Wrath. They're both about equivalent.
Yeah, it's true, actually. I've seen a lot of decks run Avenging Wrath lately. Seems that's not the case, though. Wow, that was useless.
Yeah, he just did that to draw a card. Paladin's board looks pretty terrible right now.
Another Argus draw. I think you could go for the Shadow Word Pain here. Maybe even two of them.
Yeah, I agree with the two of them.
Power
It's
Word
right
Shield
to
and
draw a
Golem.
card first, of course, as is usual.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's intending on playing all of them. Yeah, it makes
Holy
sense.
Nova. Holy Nova draw would be fantastic, so
But,
I would definitely buff the Golem here, by the way.
yep.
Yep, that's what he does. Another Harvest Golem.
Well, now he's got the choice of Harvest Golem, Defender of Argus.
I think I would just do one Defender of Argus here and the double Pain. You got a huge card advantage.
Man, I would be tempted with both plays. I think either is good, but I'm tempted to... I don't know if I would have done Harvest Golem, Defender of Argus instead, but I think they're both legit.
I like this play a little bit better. He might even choose to heal the Shadowed Sun Cleric instead of a Pain.
That's not bad either.
He's gonna heal himself, playing around Avenging Wrath, I suppose.
Yeah, in fact, he managed to leave both of his minions with 3 health, so board can't kill any of them.
Yeah, I'm just not too happy with those 1/1 units. I guess he already went through 2 Defender of Arguses and 1 Shattered Sun Cleric.
Yeah, we were speaking about how the Paladin pretty much got his great cards early.
He's gonna need a Dark Iron here.
Wow.
Oh, or YOLO Tyrion.
Well, he does know the priest already played 1 mind control, and fortunately for him, this priest does not have another. That's a pretty scary Tyrion.
It is a really scary Tyrion right now.
I mean, I think the priest just has to play a Sarah and pass. I don't see anything better.
I feel like, I don't know, you could draw into a Holy Nova, you could... I guess if you gave Ysera Taunt, it's not going anywhere. I think you'd attack the 1/1 with the 3/3. Emerald Drake is surprisingly good there. Because you can do Emerald Drake and Defender of Argus along with Ysera.
That's really good, yes.
I don't even know if Awaken would have really done very much here. I think that may have been the best.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna run into an issue here if the opponent has Consecrate and we have not seen him play it.
What would be even worse is Equality Consecrate.
That would be catastrophic. I'd lose him the game. Oh, you can't attack the 1/1 because of Tyrion. Yeah, my bad.
I just assumed that Crip was saying in the future to do that. Yep.
He did have a silence.
Ooh.
For the face.
Wow, that Tyrion really swung the game around.
Well, it's 1 mind control away from swinging the game around the other way.
Yep.
Even a Holy Nova here is pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Ancient Watcher.
I guess that's the one to give Defender of Argus to, right?
No. Certainly the Drake.
Yeah, I suppose it would be a bit too ambitious to do the Watcher here, since it dies in one shot to Tyrion.
I think you just go for a kill on Tyrion.
Hmm.
I just see this as like he's building to a catastrophe against Consecrate.
Well, I certainly agree the 2-1 should ping off the shield right now. On whether or not to kill Tyrion, I guess you might as well, because it's not like you're not going to with the other cards.
Oh no, he's thinking of passing. What is going on? Oh no. No, proteininja, don't do this again.
Oh,
Yes,
there we
we
go.
did it. Okay. I would probably just finish him off.
Wait, in this case, I think Defender of Argusing Ancient Watcher was correct then. I forgot that you could kill Tyrion.
Why?
Because it stops the... Well, it stops Ashbringer anyways. Dream. Interesting.
That's gonna be pretty useful for his Defender of Argus, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the difference... Would you have killed Tyrion there, by the way? With Ysera and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also. So the reasoning for why I think Ancient Watcher would be better is because, well, it's useless unless you give it Taunt, and it's only got 1 health less than the Emerald Drake, so unless you think that 1 health is critical for some reason.
I think he's gonna kill Ysera, and the Drake is gonna do a crap load of damage to the opponent when he swings into it. But this is why I would have killed Tyrion. Oh no, he didn't give it Divine Shield. Interesting. Well, he's out of cards. Okay.
This is quite an interesting puzzle. The priest has all the cards here, all the possibilities.
I think while it seems bad, I think you Shadowed Sun the Defender of Argus to kill the Juggler after the other Defender of Argus kills himself. Oh, no.
It seems to me like starting with Shadow Word Pain on that makes a lot of sense, since that's the only thing that can hit, other than the 2/2.
But I think ultimately here he's going to Dream and re-Argus, I think is the play.
Yeah, probably hitting, let's see, 2, 6... He can only hit Blood Mage Thalnos and Ancient Watcher, which I think would be correct. I'm taking out the 2/2. No, what? Ah.
What just happened? What?
That was a clear take out the 2/2. Dream it back.
Where did the Argus go?
It died to the Spellbreaker. Oh, man.
Okay, well, you might as well play that Harvest Golem now. What?
This isn't... Well, this puts it out of range of the weapon alone.
Yeah.
I don't think that turn was easy to see, and I might not have actually seen Dream Defender of Argus myself. A lot of possibilities there.
I think the Dream Defender of Argus play was outstanding.
I agree. It ultimately would have resulted in a the 2/2 dying from the Defender of Argus before being returned, and then he would have Thalnos and Watcher with Taunt. This was probably the tipping point of the game, that play.
Consecrate, 1 turn late. Still pretty good.
All
Gonna get
right.
some value here.
I mean, with this, he's got the weapon kill on the board. And nothing the priest... No, no. He can heal. This is gonna be pretty close still. He is dead the next turn, the priest, but...
Well, the paladin is not gonna be in that great of shape after this turn.
The paladin is also dead the next turn. Wow, this is really close. It all depends on what the paladin draws next. So the priest has to kill both of these guys this turn.
He
There's...
can dream one, but I don't think it's worth it. I think you
Oh,
dream
that's
one
true.
for the kill next turn. I don't think a creature at this point is significant enough.
Right.
Though it might be,
No, because right now he
because he
still
has
gets the
lethal.
2-1, so it's fine. I don't think
Yeah,
he
he
needed
has.
to do that. Since...
Oh no, he gets the golem. He gets the golem anyway to have lethal next turn.
Yeah, but as stands, he was going to do 8, and then the golem would add another 2 anyways.
Right, right. That's what I was saying.
So I don't feel he needed to do the dream there, but it's okay. So Paladin needs to find a way to deal 2 damage.
It's consecrate, venging wrath, or hammer. There's the recruit.
Wow. Priest managed to pull it off.
Heck. Wow, that was a really close game.
Really close.
I guess technically it's not over.
Oh. Right.
It's a 50-50, the way I see it.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, it comes down to that.
Turns out wiping the board would have won in the game. Would have won in the game. If you wiped the board, you would have won the game.
You mean instead of dreaming?
Yeah. And dreaming this turn.
Oh, right. Exactly.
I think he may have been 2 damage short, actually. No. Yeah, I think he would have been short.
So the opponent would be
he would
at...
have had to take the 50-50 anyway.
No, the opponent would... that's right.
Yeah,
He would be at 9.
It would be the same thing. It'd be the same thing.
That's true.
It's kind of tricky to see, but it would be the same thing. He has to take a coin flip.
I mean, it's a little unlucky top decked Ancient Watcher also.
Yep.
I feel like with the Defender of Argus play, though, he would have won 100%.
I agree with that. That was definitely a better play.
Alright, well. It all comes down to this. This coin flip, man. It's pretty epic. And... Oh, there we go. Priest wins.
Oh! And a RNG, best RNG.
Yep. That's how we win our games, yo, because we're bad.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's pretty crazy. But I do agree that if you dreamed the Argus, that would have been an easy game. Because if you gave that Ragnaros taunt, you were not losing it.
Wow.
I mean,
Alright.
even if you played it out without casting it again immediately, I mean,
Alright. Mage is sent up.
Mage versus Priest.
I mean, it's certainly better than a Druid. That'd be
That's
the other
true.
choice.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Let's see what kind of mage it is.
I would say the best
Ooh, that's
mage
a
would
nice
be an
card.
aggressive mage. The control mage is probably
I
gonna lose to
agree.
the Holy Fire.
I agree, but going first as an aggressive mage against a priest is actually a really bad spot just to begin with. Especially with that. That is not what you want to see. I've won a lot of games against mages in my priest deck, and it just comes down to wasting any card that you can to make it through the turns, because in the end you'll win. And that's how you have to play. Like right now, to clear the board, the mage has to waste his turn to ping off the golem. Never mind. It just got pretty bad for him.
That's the magic of Shower Sun Cleric. Hey, you know what? That's the benefit of going first, Crip.
Well, at least his play is coordinated here with a Shadow Word, Pain, Power Word, Shield on the dead Harvest Golem.
Yeah.
Oh, what? What?
What? This was what I assumed was the play. Did you
Oh,
think of something else?
yeah.
You were gonna send the Harvest Golem into the Fairy Dragon and then... Oh. Wait, this is better than that, though.
Is it?
Yeah, instead of having a 2/3 damaged golem, you have a 2/1 regular golem.
Mm. It's worse against Arcane Missiles. What is it better against? Huh? I guess it's just worse against Arcane Missiles. Unless we see some Elven Archer or anything.
You know, it actually turns out to be very close now that I think about it. 2/1 regular golem, 2/3 damaged golem. Eh. I haven't seen Shielded Yeti in a while. It's a nice, very solid card.
I think, even though that's kind of a bad card to see this turn, I think in general, you'd have to be pretty pleased with that. As it turns out, though, the Golem play ended up being a lot better. As he can actually do something now.
Oh, yes, because you can put Defender on the weakened golem. Yep.
Oh, what?
That's not the play done. There are merits and demerits to this play.
Yeah.
On the one hand, that's a freebie for the mage. On the other hand, that sets up Holy Nova for the Yeti, at least from the priest's point of view.
Funny enough, the priest is pretty screwed now.
It doesn't feel that bad to me.
Well, I think you have to 1-for-1 with Sylvanas. Or the Drake. It's a good draw. Oh, no. Oh, what?
Yeah, I would have gone Drake there. No, actually, this exact scenario, I think, happened to me at BlizzCon. And it turns out Sylvanas is the right play.
Well, it just got polymorphed.
Or, I don't... No, actually, it was somewhat similar. Wow, Polymorph isn't a card you see very often. Nor is the Yeti, actually.
Well, the Yeti is about to be gone. And that Holy Fire is a really big deal this game.
Yeah. Well, looks like a pretty close game.
I
Mage at
think,
7
I think the
cards.
priest is in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, the later the game gets, the better for the priest.
Exactly.
Card advantage-wise, they're very close.
Just depends on what's in the hand, really. I mean, if he's got Pyros, the priest is doomed. Even with one Pyro, it might be hard to win at this point, but it doesn't feel like he's playing as if he has one. He might have one. I would not Power Word Shield here. Okay, there's Power Word Shield.
I'm a little surprised I would. What are your reasons for not?
I'll give him the trade.
But
I really wouldn't care at all.
But here, you don't give him the trade.
No, he gets the trade. I mean, he gets a good trade if he has a buff anyway, because he can, if he buffs it by 1, he can ping it to death. So if he has a buff, he gets a good trade anyway. If he doesn't have a buff, rip in peace.
If you're the priest, you gotta be somewhat happy that the fireball hit your minion instead of your face.
Yeah,
because
certainly.
it means you don't get pyroblasted.
Well, you saw one polymorph. Do you rag here? You can give it taunt next turn.
Yeah, I mean, it seems the only choices are to mind control or to rag.
Mind control's not bad, I think. That also sets a pretty nice play next turn, where you can double as your give them both taunt. And if they don't get wiped up, you have a devastating Holy Nova.
Yeah. Huh. If you don't play Ragnaros, then you have a chance at taking 6 and then losing the Pyroblast, but given the previous play, I think you can assume the mage doesn't have Pyroblast.
You never know, though. Sometimes they do take me by surprise.
Man, this is a really close call.
I think I would mind control.
Alright.
There it goes. Mind control.
I think the tipping point for the mind control being better would be because precisely you can do the Azure Drake Defender. Otherwise, it would have been really tempting to play Ragnaros.
Argent Commander. It's not every day you get even value on a mind control. Oh man, he's got one turn until he can wipe out the board with Holy Nova.
Yeah, on this turn though, I imagine Azure Drake needs to be played.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And then probably the
No,
weak taunt is good enough. Just to heal. Doesn't seem to be much point in giving it another +1.
Yeah, it's just gonna get pinged. But the Defender of Argus is stronger as a creature. Because it takes out the Golem in one turn.
It's true. But the Sun Fury, when Defender of Argus, will take out the Golem.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you'd do that.
Although...
Actually, no.
Yeah.
You'd Rag and Sun Fury.
Right. And also, it looks like the opponent would be able to take out the 2-3 with what he has on the board.
Oh, man.
With that play, with the other one...
Well, that didn't work out. But now he's got double Holy Nova.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And is the only play he can make here.
Really good.
That is astounding, actually, yes.
Value. With the second Holy Fire in his hand, I think he's looking very well. I don't know if I'd be greedy enough to play the Ysera, though. I might. Because if you can give both Rag and Ysera taunt, that's
Oh,
the game.
man. So right now, 6 damage incoming would put him at 8.
You can't. You have to give Rag taunt.
Yeah.
He's got to hope that his opponent does not draw into his other polymorph. But I have seen a lot of mage decks with a 1-of polymorph. In fact, I think we saw... Oh,
Right.
and he did have it. First card in his hand.
This is a bit old school of a mage deck to be running 2 polymorph as well as the Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
It's turns out to be better. I mean, it turns out to be worse against aggro decks, but better against these decks that aren't aggro.
Good choice to use Blizzard there. It's not like you're going to have many opportunities. That's a great draw.
Man.
I would play that and Argus them both. Oh, he might be concerned that he's in Pyro range, which is a reasonable assumption, but...
Yeah, it depends on guts right now. The
no,
opponent...
I think Holy Fire is the right play here.
Yeah.
Holy Fire and heal the minion. You don't want it dying for free. No, I wouldn't. I would not use Argus here. Oh, he does.
I agree with you that the heal would be better there.
He's already run through both Sun Furies and Argus. Does he have one Argus left? I think he might. Blood Mage, Blizzard. Oh, heal's
Toughish.
definitely better than that.
Oh, well, lucky him. He's got the other defender. And
Okay,
the next
dude.
turn is going to be a really good play. With the same play that you had mentioned earlier. It's
He is
obvious
outside.
Ysera here.
He is outside pyro range right now. Barely, but he is outside. So he
14,
can
15.
afford the Ysera.
Yeah. I'd be somewhat shocked if he felt that he needed to play Argent Defender instead.
Well, I don't think it's a I don't think I would Argus though. Definitely would not Argus. I don't think it's a terrible play because as I see it, the priest is ahead. And if you're
Hmm.
ahead, I think you can afford to play it safely.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't feel like the other play is dangerous at all.
Well, you do die to a Frostbolt Pyro
That
or Arcane Missiles Pyro.
That's fair. I mean, it's not the end of the world either if you just choose never to play Ysera because it costs too much. And that is a Frostbolt, so you may have very well made the right choice.
Hmm. We will see if that is the case, because I think we're going to see. Actually, I might mind control
Yeah,
that.
this definitely the mind control turn. That's
That's the biggest creature we've seen.
exactly.
Yeah. Get it. Get it, get it.
And next he's got the defender and the Shattered Sun
Cleric.
Cleric probably. Yeah,
Just pretty beastly play.
it's quite good. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those games where I might have lost if I had played that one.
Oh, that's bad.
Then again, it might be one of the games that I would have won and this guy would have lost, but that is
That's
looking after the fact.
that is really, really bad. Oh my God. How does he do it? Proteininja, guys.
Remember the name.
It just happened again, man.
Yeah, although it is worth mentioning now he does lose the pyro, so I wouldn't... Would I heal myself there? I'd have been tempted to play defender.
Well, you gotta heal yourself to get out of pyro range. And next turn you're out of pyro range if you heal again.
That's true. Looks like he dodged a bullet.
Not only did he dodge a bullet, but the only way he was dodging that bullet is if he, oh, silence as well. Is if Ragnaros missed, and it did.
That's true, otherwise he would be at 2? That wouldn't be too bad, given that it seems his opponent has run out of burn. He immediately heals himself. Yeah, and Defender of Argus will allow him to kill that guy without dying.
Well, you both know it's dead.
Yeah, but guess one more life on him.
Not be surprised if he doesn't actually have pyro.
It's certainly possible, or maybe he runs one copy.
I kind of disagree with the one of pyro.
That was a quick roll over the deck sizes. This game has gone on for a while. They were both under 5 cards after the priest draws. 5 cards are under, I mean.
Well, well, it looks like he. Oh no, he can't heal himself yet. He cannot play Ysera. He's still in pyro range.
Yeah. So I guess you gotta trade off the Shattered Sun and kill the Mana Worm, and then heal yourself.
At Shadow Word Pain.
You would Shadow Word Pain the 1/2?
Mm, yeah, fine. It's still. I mean, you couldn't play the Ooze then. So if you play the Ooze, you have to Shadow Word Pain.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to say you'd Shadow Word the 1/2 as like a I wouldn't do it. I was just asking a question. Seems reasonable.
Well, looks like he's going with my idea.
Yeah, that's a fine idea. Opponent's got 3 cards left in his deck. Priest has 5 cards left in his deck.
I think the priest is ahead just because I don't believe he has pyro, or we would have seen it already. I think we've only seen one fireball as well.
Hmm. Feels odd to not run Pyro. I don't think I've seen many decks that have done that. He would be running, I suppose, Yeti instead of Pyro then.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a reasonable call. To take more control in the mid game instead of focusing on just trying to do 20 instead of 30.
Well, I've seen both Holy Fires from the priest, we've seen both Holy Novas. So I think we're out of like heal mechanics.
Yeah, this has been a really good game.
I wonder what his remaining cards are. Like he just drew an ooze. He might be another ooze in there.
I think
It
he
might be just
played one of the
complete trash.
oozes near the beginning, but I could be confusing it with another game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the Pyro. I think he just drew that a turn late.
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't play Ysera, because if he had, he would have lost there.
Yep. And
There's a useless card now, and actually useless, by the way. He's
yeah.
already played both Argus, both Sunfury.
So he's played both Frostbolts, so I guess he can play his Sarah.
Well, I don't think it's played both Fireballs.
Well, yeah, but
But
the Fireball would be 2 out of
Fireball
range
will kill them
anyways.
anyway. Yep.
Wow, this is real shady. So only one Fireball and only one Pyroblast. This could be really bad luck on the Mage's part, but Mage only has like 2 cards left in his deck. Hmm. Wow.
Well, that's all the deck. Time to wipe the board.
Yeah, no other choice. 2 cards left. Are you sure it's only been one Fireball?
Nope.
Well, it seems like the chat didn't disagree, so I think the Mage has a 50-50 chance of winning with the next draw. And there's no point in the Priest healing, because he's not going to heal out of range. But I mean, he might as well.
Well, it's not like Ysera is getting pinged.
Yep. Wow.
I'll play the Watcher. There might be some arcane missile in there that it might absorb.
That's true. So Mage only has 1 card left in his deck after this Harvest Golem.
Well, it better be Fireball.
Yeah, unless the Mage only runs 1 Fireball in his deck.
Oh, you absolutely do not play that. No! Oh my god.
What, afraid of fatigue?
Yeah. Oh, and you don't attack like that. What is he? What?
Well, that makes sense. But why not?
There we go. Like, he's gonna attack with a golem to the golem.
Oh, I see. Alright, well that's the last card of the Mage. Is it Fireball? Oh, wow. There it is.
It is. Yep.
Wow.
Last card in the deck.
Oh, man. That is as close as it gets.
It was inevitable, as it turns out. Nobody runs 1 Fireball. I think Fireball might be, I don't know, with as decisive as the early game is, perhaps Frostbolt is better.
Yeah, so I'd like to mention there, lol, China gets lucky by top decking Fireball.
See, the luck is balanced after all, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, this has gone on a while. The Priest won the first match with an RNG Ragnaros, right?
Yeah, it was exactly
Okay.
50-50.
Well, I didn't see any taunts in that mage deck. I am I am amazed that he's not clicking on Hunter right now.
Oh, wow, he chose Rogue!
Yes, he did. He chose Rogue against the Pyro Mage. Let's see why.
Well,
I'm curious.
let me be fair. Let's see. We had a chance to look at the entire thing. It wasn't really too controlling. It was more of an aggro mage, and I think aggro mage has a fair match against one turn hunter kill. In fact, I think it even has a superior than 50-50.
That actually might be true now that I think about it. He doesn't run Frost Nova or Cone of Cold or Flame Strike. He's only with the Blizzard on the board clear.
Right. I think this is actually the right choice, as the one turn hunter kill deck is better against control mages.
At the same time, I think that one turn kill Hunter deck will win turn 7 against this deck no matter what. He's got 0 taunts, 0 gain life.
Well, no, it'll win turn 7 if he gets the right cards. I think you whiff a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like this mage deck can kill on turn 8. Pretty solidly. Though it only runs one pyro.
Oh, wow. What a draw.
That is quite the draw.
What a draw.
That is the dream.
This keeps happening, man. What is going on? That is actually the dream. Coin SI7 agent, one-shotting a fairy dragon.
Yep. The only thing
And
that makes
absorbing a frostbolt here.
only thing that makes it sweeter is it came off the top of the deck. Gives it the extra seasoning.
I think you play the Shattered Sun here. Not too likely to run into 2 frostbolts. If it takes a fireball, you're happy.
I think I would ultimately play it, but I think that Dagger Deadly Poison is worth considering also.
Yeah, there's no ooze in the deck. But do you really have a standalone 4-drop in this deck? So next turn you'd only play the Shattered Sun on top of like a 1-drop.
Yeah, that's a good call. The Cold Blood is making this deck more aggressive than it usually is.
He's gonna take a lot of damage next turn with the Cold Blood. This is gonna be a fantastic turn with Weapon, Deadly Poison, Backstab the Yeti, Attack the Yeti, Cold... Oh. Oh. Alright.
I think I like the Cold Blood play better, since it is empty, and there's a chance at getting 2 hits in with it, and a Frostbolt has been used. I would have agreed with your choice of Weapon, Deadly Poison, Cold Blood, Backstab. Yeah. Granted, this isn't bad either, but I feel like the other one has the chance of really great success.
I mean, this mage, when he goes to 0 life, like that's it. Like, this guy has no mechanics to gain life or taunt or anything. You're just burning him. I think Cold Blood was going to achieve that goal fairly well.
Yeah, and Cold Blood is sort of the type of card where it's better when you play it early, since there's less chance that the opponent gets something to deal with it.
I think here we might even see like a Blizzard or something. Oh, is there a Drake? What do we do here? We can do just a regular attack with a Backstab and Cold Blood. Fan of Knives might be pretty useful later.
What would Fan of Knives be good against?
Well, he's got 2 of them, so he can kill any 2-drop. I don't know if we saw a Sorcerer Apprentice, but we did see
We did.
more Fairy Dragons. We saw Loot Hoarders. You might be thinking of suiciding it.
You might be thinking of using Fan of Knives.
Yeah. Fan of Knives, Weapon, Suicide.
No, actually, Backstab Fan of Knives is also fine.
And just Weapon up. That's pretty good. I agree with that.
I think there are a lot of valid ways to play it. Fan of Knives might draw into something. I mean, this is okay too. I think there's just a lot of fine plays here. This allowed him to draw the
That was a
shadow.
great draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No cold blood. Yeah. Eh.
I would certainly attack you.
But would you have played cold blood?
Uh, well, I would have the turn before. This turn, I think it's less decisive. If you can kill your opponent's next creature and cold blood while maintaining both of your creatures, you're going to be in an excellent spot. Because he's not running Flame Strike, so he's going to have to waste his turn with Fireball or Polymorph or whatever he uses.
Yeah, or Blizzard.
Oh, then again, he does run Silence.
That is
But
true.
if you can bait out a Silence with your Deadly Poison, you get the Silencer free, so it makes up for the value. Well, for half the weapon at least.
I guess in
Oh,
this specific case,
Commander.
it was good not to play the cold blood since the 6 Argent is a very common play.
Wow, he has so much damage right now. I I think he might be able to do double Fan of Knives and then hard YOLO next turn.
Hmm. I mean, this play is just as good though, since hard YOLO only requires one charge of the weapon anyways. Yeah, use the cold blood here. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if not now, there's no better time. I would not eviscerate here though.
Certainly not. That's the surprise finisher you usually require as a rogue. But he does have his opponent. Because he has no taunts, his opponent is essentially at 8 right now.
I don't think eviscerate, like saving it in this case, is better as the surprise as much as it is you might need it against a minion.
Yeah.
Might as well save the flexibility since you're not going to run out of mana anyways.
Not at this point, at least.
If, let's see.
There's the Fireball. Nice.
Yeah, that's a win.
Harvest Golem.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
That's
Time to go.
11 damage.
Time to go.
At the same time, it feels a little bit of a shame to use it that way, since this deck does run 2 polymorphs, but it's too close. You gotta.
I think you're a very high favorite to win in this spot. Regardless of what your opponent has. Just because you played his entire deck and he has 0 taunts and no way to gain life.
Right, so he wins to Argent Commander or Eviscerate. Deadly Poison
Well,
is pretty
SI
quick.
Agent. It's just so many things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good turn.
It is.
I would Fan of Knives here, just to see what I'd get.
Yep. That's a pretty good card. I'd play that one.
Yeah.
Seems like the type of card where it needs to either get polyed or double traded into, given his life total.
Oh, we haven't seen a poly, but we saw the Fireball instead of the poly, and he pinged the player, which leads me to believe he doesn't have a poly.
It's a good call. So pretty much his only course is to double kill here. Well, that puts the rogue on about a 3-turn
Ooh.
clock, 2-turn clock. This is the deck that had a lot of card draw in it, so...
He might actually be dead next turn. If he has the Pyro,
Oh,
he's dead.
but there is the chicken.
Nope.
And that is good.
Leroy drawn.
That was actually quite close.
Yeah, it was. There was no better card than Ragnaros to drop there. Because the rogue was not killing it in one turn.
All right, and that